did. By 1997, there were over 29.1 million inline skaters worldwide, nearly a tenfold increase in just 8 short years. As the global population of rollerbladers continued to rise, the small group of participants using their skates in untraditional ways continued to grow. Eventually, through the influence of less than a handful of videos that had been released, the stunts being attempted by the alternative skating minority became more specialized, yet still very raw by today's standards. Nevertheless, these stunts caught the imagination of thousands of extreme sports athletic enthusiasts. And so a video-centric culture was born. These videos were by no means instructional, but served as a means to communicate information to an audience, causing inspiration and motivation. Huge leaps for rollerblading culture occurred when California-based Video Groove released Dare to Air, thereby launching a would-be juggernaut, which drove the industry for many years, spreading the culture to all corners of the globe. Eventually, Video Groove would become the video series that made skaters' careers.
Chris Edwards was the first skater we saw when Dare to Air came out. It was the first video we had seen of rollerblading, and we were like, it tripped us out because we were like, man, other people are doing what we're doing, you know? And we saw Edwards and we're like, man, this guy's doing it crazy. He's doing a flip over the car, which I'll never forget. And that's when I was like, man, I'm gonna keep doing this, man. I'm gonna get good at it, you know? Like, and that's when we got inspired to try flips and stuff in our backyard.
On the opposite side of the skate video spectrum was T-Bone Films, best known for making Hoax and Hoax 2. Whereas Hoax was the video that propelled Arlo Eisenbereg and Brooke Howard Smith into the spotlight, it was ultimately Hoax 2 that established an identity for skaters. Arlo, Michael Palak, Brooke, Brian Smith and more toured the country in an RV and documented all their antics. This is when rollerblading's standout personalities really got their start. To this very day, Hoax 2 is often cited by skaters as their favorite video, or at least the one that got them started.
Actually, you know, after that video came out, you know, I just saw more skaters everywhere. That video spread out to so many people and motivated a lot of people to rollerblade.
These new skaters were determined to replicate the tricks they saw performed on video, which led them to actually documenting their own exploits.
The 40 ounce was straight out of Venice Beach, you know? AJ rocking it with his dreadlocks and tie-dye shirt, knee pads and stuff. A lot of that old school stuff from rollerblading, you know, wasn't always the coolest thing. Of course, AJ looked cool doing it just because he's AJ, you know, but like if any of us were going to do it, it'd be kind of more like a joke, you know? We're like, man, let's get rid of these pads, you know, like they're uncomfortable and stuff. We're like, and it was kind of scary, you know, to get rid of your pads because everyone wore knee pads back in the day, you know, but that brought a whole new element to it, I think, too, because it made everyone relax. And without pads, you couldn't fall, so you wouldn't fall as much, so it brought a whole new smooth element to rollerblading.
What all this really accomplished was planting the seeds of inspiration in other skaters to pursue their rollerblading interests. For many, this meant uprooting from their homes and relocating to Southern California, which is exactly the chain of events which brought together a group of individuals which will become responsible for the de facto image of 90s rollerblading culture. Senate.
I'm pretty sure we all had a vague plan to move to California and become rollerbladers, but I didn't have a long-term plan. We accidentally started Senate. You know, Al and I were kind of just drawing on things, and we came up with a fake company. I mean, a lot of people don't know this. The Hoax was a fake movie. That's why it's called The Hoax. It was just us filming stuff, and we'd tell people, yeah, we're making a movie. And eventually it turned into a real movie, and of course, eventually Senate turned into a real company. We started Senate at the end of 1993. We made about, I think it was like $1,700.
When I got on Senate, they were making the grind plates in their garage.
In 1996, Senate sold 750,000 t-shirts. That's not including the wheels and the bearings and the hard goods. And in 1996, 97, we made $13.5 million.
That money had become like unreal to us. It was an abstract concept. Whatever we wanted to do, we did.
He's right. Senate made things happen for rollerblading.
Now tonight, the story of an inline skating company and its motto. Inline skating is hot here locally. Many companies like to reflect an aggressive edge, a competitive toughness, if you will. But the motto for this company has people saying they've gone too far. David Cruz in studio tonight. He's got more. David?
Paul, when the company came up with the slogan, "Destroy All Girls," they saw it as a marketing gimmick. But tonight, that slogan is sparking a marketing mess among some people who say it sends the wrong message. The slogan appears on the back of the label sewn into the collar of the clothes, so you have to look hard to find it.
So the Destroy All Girls, you'd think that would destroy the company by doing something like that. But it had the opposite effect.
So I made the hang tag, and for me, I make it fun, and it's like you're writing, machine wash coal, and it's like, what the F? And then I put something on there. I actually think I put kill your parents, or shave your head, kill your parents.
And of course, because we both have really great parents that we love, I was upset, and that was the kind of the...
Well, there were limits to how far, because some of the ideas were very provocative.
We expected it to ruffle a few feathers, but certainly nowhere to the extent that it has.
Every mom in the United States is going to see that and raise hell about it and bring it to the media.
There was a very good reason that it blew up so quickly. It's because it went out on the AP wire and every news outlet picked it up. Within 24 hours, the phone was ringing off the hook.
CNN, MTV, NBC, ABC.
Every local news outlet.
So within 24 hours, rollerblading had an edge to it and had a name associated with it, Senate.
Now, the company says it is now producing the new season line and that they will not use the Destroy All Girls slogan on the new labels. But they're not making any apologies either.
And so we didn't know anything about being a fashion company. We don't know about making clothes or making a line or any of that stuff. And so we're guessing and we're just bullshitting our way through it.
Because it was this intense kind of like this sequence of events that led to us doing very, very well.
And by the way, when Brooke says that we made 750,000 t-shirts and the company was doing $13 million, people assume that we made out we cashed out and we're millionaires now just living off of Senate. But I'm by no means rich. What happened is, well, first of all, we didn't own the company.
We did in the beginning.
Yeah,
we sold it when it
was worthless. But then when we sold out,
it made a lot of money. The crazy part of that and being that young was that you would make these things. We'd put them on a computer, and then there was such a huge corporation behind us that, a couple of weeks later there'd be a warehouse full, and it was a very big warehouse.
I don't think we have ever had a true, accurate sense of the scope of the things that we did. The one saving grace that we had in Senate was that we always had creative freedom, complete creative control of the company. We were owned by Bravo, but we could do whatever we wanted. So we do Destroy All Girls, and all those creative decisions we were free to make on our own and succeed or fail on, but really because we could do no wrong.
Brooke and Arlo turned their experiences into products aimed at allowing rollerbladers to express some sort of agenda, and it worked. Not only generating millions in sales for the company, but in propelling Senate, rollerblading, and our unique sense of humor into the mainstream news spotlight.
The things that I created never fit that mold of let's bring this to the mainstream, let's put it on TRL sort of thing. And I felt like a lot of the companies that tried to copy Senate in what they were good at, in being able to blanket almost every category, really failed miserably. Senate was really the only company that pulled it off.
95, 96, K2 really started putting the gas on. They had a really innovative skate, and at the time Rollerblade was doing well. They had their new products. Everyone kind of had these new fresh products that really shaped the industry, and people were competing with each other and trying to outmarket each other, and that led to a real big expansion. And I remember working at K2, and the numbers were really big, on all the skates. At the time, K2 was the biggest inline skate manufacturer, and then over the years I just saw things kind of slow down, and that's basically when I knew that I needed to kind of get out on my own and take my vision and trying to make what I thought would be rollerblading happen.
Throughout the early 90s, it seemed as if rollerblading could do no wrong, and by all accounts it didn't. Just look at all the attention from Hollywood and Madison Avenue. Even before we destroyed all the girls, there was Prayer for the Roller Boys in 1991 with Corey Haim and Patricia Arquette.
We are the new generation, and we are the remedy. We need a new family that cares. The Roller Boys care.
Airborne the Movie, featuring Jack Black and Seth Green in 1993. The X Games in 1995. MTV Sports.
Hey, you know what we're going to take a look at right now? Inline skating. You ever do it down at the beach?
No, let's go watch.
You came down to visit me one time. We were going to try it, but we decided against it.
MTV Sports and Music Festival.
England. All the sports together. You got skateboarding, BMX, freestyle, even motocross. Sometimes when you get all the athletes together, especially the inliners, you get kind of a volatile mix.
As well as a bunch of our industry's most veteran skaters jumping over the now governor of California in full costume for Batman and Robin. even a clutch dialogue line in the movie Liar Liar from 1997.
No, I was for rollerblades.